for our second question today. Our second question is, what are the typical financial terms in law firm sales? All right, so what we're going to focus on this question in terms of the typical financial terms in law firm sales. We are in, and I foresee that we're going to continue to be in for the foreseeable future, what we call law firm sales 1.0. The financial terms in law firm sales 1.0 consists of an earnout price. Rather than there be consideration paid at a closing table, most buyers are wary of paying a significant amount up front at a closing table. And banks are wary to lend because we don't know whether the key value item of the sale of a law firm, which is the clients and referral sources of a selling lawyer or selling law firm, we don't know if those clients and referral sources are going to continue with a buyer. Hence, the financial terms are typically based upon earnout terms. And those earnout terms are often a percentage of the revenues that come in from the clients derived from a senior attorney's client list and referral source list paid out over a negotiated number of years. So again, very succinctly, it's a percentage of revenues comes in from what we'll call now the book of business over a negotiated number of years. What we're often seeing in the marketplace is a 20% fee sharing, can be higher, can also be lower, over a, let's say, a 5-year period, and that results in a 1 times of gross revenues is something we're often seeing in the marketplace for the financial terms in a law firm sales 1.0 type of sale. Now, how is it actually done in terms of how the clients come over to a growing law firm, a purchaser? Trust transfer is the key element to making sure that sellers realize the consideration that their firms are worth, that earnout price of being paid a percentage of the revenues that come in from the book of business. The generation of those, or really regeneration or ongoing generation of revenues from the book of business, depends upon the senior attorney transferring the trust of his or her clients to the lawyers at the buying firm, what we call growing law firms. So what often happens is our clients join a growing law firm, enter into these earnout terms, and the senior attorney, is responsible for transferring the trust of clients to those lawyers at the growing firm. And it's done in really 3 ways. The first way is in person. Meet in person with clients and say to the clients, I'm now working with new partners. My new partners, let's say, are Ashley and Mike. I trust Ashley and Mike. You can trust Ashley and Mike. Trust transfer happens. It works. Second, now that we are in a post-2020 world, we are in the Zoom world. We've all been what's called Zoomified, right? We live in this world where we can be meeting with people online in a digital setting. Trust transfer happens exactly the same way, where a senior attorney can be almost anywhere in the country or anywhere in the world, get onto a Zoom meeting with clients, lawyers at the firm that the senior attorney joined, do the trust transfer. That also works. And then the third way, which is a great way to develop business for the growing law firm, including with different practice areas that a growing law firm may offer in addition to what a senior attorney has traditionally offered, is via social media, right? That book of business that a senior attorney has developed and brings over to a growing law firm. Well, if that growing law firm starts sending e-newsletters and other types of social media type touches with the book of business, with the clients of a senior attorney, then those clients may very well call whether into the senior attorney, or sometimes even bypass the senior attorney and say, oh, I see now that you guys do, let's say, divorce. I always work with such and such senior attorney. I see that you're the divorce attorney. I received the e-newsletter explaining about your family law department, and unfortunately, my niece is going through a divorce. Could you represent my niece? And the senior attorney gets credit for that because of the trust transfer that was done digitally via social media. Trust transfer is what we call that flux capacitor. It is what makes the earnouts happen, because it's so important to transfer the trust of your clients to the lawyers and the law firm that you join.